Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are watching and listening to me this very hour. My name is still Femi Akinriyimisi, and this is Yoruba Autonomy Mobile Radio and Television. I call it YAM, Yoruba Autonomy Media, broadcasting and reaching you from the one and only Sunshine State that is called Florida in the United States. Welcome to this special edition of our Moral Majority Yoruba Open Editorial Monologue of our Yoruba Autonomy Digest. This I am making with a sense of urgency. The sense of urgency that calls for the attention of every Yoruba person, be it at home or especially those in the diasporas. Something has just happened. United States FBI authorities have just revealed that they uncovered a plot by the government of Iran to kidnap some Iranian Americans that are human rights activists. That is why I am bringing this out. They have paid some people here in America to kidnap and take an American that is of Iranian descent to Iran, so that they can get their hands on him, that is, those Iranian, like the Buhari administration is doing, breaking international laws. And the reason why I come up with this now to make this broadcast is that we must all be very careful and be watching our backs, because the one and only signature we know of Muhammadu Buhari is to pay people to kidnap government by terrorism. He has bandits in uniform that are acting as government. And I am imploring, I am begging, and I am appealing as well to the American law enforcement authorities, the FBI, and especially the CIA that has knowledge of things that is going on, to please respond to what is happening to Yoruba people in Nigeria, to Southern people in Nigeria, that the Buhari administration is using his what I call Daura Suicide Squad, that he calls Department of State Security Services Operative agencies, to be hunting citizens, be kidnapping them from wherever they are, as they have just done to Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. The Kenyan government, and in collusion with some nefarious practices and practicing individuals, are going for citizens of other nations that they can kidnap for ransom to be paid by the government that is looking for them. I, for one, I have no doubt of the fact that I am on the list of those Nigerian authorities, and I am not alone. There are several of us that are clamoring for our self-determination in Yoruba Nation now, and Yoruba country forever, that they want to get us. They went and violated the home of one of our leading agitators in Nigeria, in the person of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. They vandalized his house. They violated his visitors, people that were visiting him, people that were in his house, friends and family members, including, as I speak, a pregnant woman by the name that is a broadcaster, is popularly known as Lady K. She is still in the custody of those Nigerian so-called law enforcement officials from the Department of State Security Services that are kidnappers. They are nothing other than kidnappers. They are trained to kidnap. That's what Muhammadu Buhari is known for. He did it in the 80s and he's doing it now. And the international community is just watching and doing nothing about it. And that is a shame on our generations in this millennium. If a non-entity individual, and on top of that, it reminds me, on top of that, he is nominating somebody to become Secretary General of the United Nations. God forbid that happen. How is the world going to look at itself in the face? The person that is being touted to be Secretary General of the United Nations, he's like court warden being renominated again. I'm not going to the history of that. But for Muhammadu Buhari to be nominating somebody to become Secretary General of the United Nations, it's nothing other than a scam. And it's a sham. And the Nigerian nomination will be rejected. Let that nomination be dead on arrival. Nigeria is not qualified to nominate anyone, even to have a seat as we speak in the United Nations. It should be expelled rather than be accommodated to the point of even having the audacity to say that it is nominating somebody for the seat, for the exalted seat that had been occupied by the greats like Boutros Ghali, like Dr. Kofi Annan, and the likes of them that are honorable individuals. In what age are we? If America would have by now gone past the Trump era and trying to remake the image of America, I think the world deserves better than even having Nigeria having a seat at the United Nations. And we know, and I know, and I'm saying it, it's something that could scale through while we are all not looking. But we must be ahead of the Nigerian game, ahead of Buhari game, ahead of the Fulani game, ahead of the kidnappers game. The kidnappers that are ruling Nigeria today. The Nigerian democracy is a sham. There's nothing like democracy in Nigeria as we speak. The state houses of assembly are not making any law. They are just rubber stamping idiosyncrasies. And we must, as a matter of fact, let me make a sound advice and give a sound advice to all DSS operatives before the day of reckoning, and I want them to think before they do. That is, those who call themselves DSS operatives. DSS now, I call it Daura Suicide Squad. Daura Suicide Squad. That's what they are. Because it is Buhari's hometown that is Daura, and that it is there that order from above is coming to those that they call DSS. So I am just telling the DSS operative, don't just follow or obey orders. You have the right to disobey orders that are not lawful, orders that are inhuman, orders that should not even be carried out, orders that are of crime-laden intensity, orders with the potential for human rights abuses, orders that they should not even attach your name to, because there will be a day of reckoning for you and your actions when the life and the tenures of the administration that is making you and giving you the order you will say is from above expires. Those in office now, their time will be gone. And this time around, things will be different. It will be different from the Oputa days when we have the hearings and it ended as if there's nothing happened. As that it's no, like the civil war ended in Nigeria when they say it was no victor, no vanquished. No, this time around it's not going to be like the days of the people that does torture, like the Rafin Daddy days, like the Sunday Adewusi days in Nigeria, in the days of the NSO that gave birth to the DSS. The things, there will be consequences for your action when the life of this administration expired and people of honor and glory comes to hold sway in the various nations that comprises what we now know as Nigeria, because we will take cases to the international court. It will be investigated, the truth will come out, and people will be made to face the consequences of their action. So be very careful whose orders you are carrying out, and who is giving you orders that you should not be honoring. Resign honorably. Resign. I am telling you, those of you that are trigger happy in the DSS, in the Nigerian police, in the Nigerian army, resign before you carry out bad orders, because it will haunt you. When you retire, you will be in jail. You will be in jail. Mark my word. Enough for the wise. Thank you. Again, my name is Femi Akinriyimisi, and you can reach me at +1 727 275 4868. Bless you all.